Hey guys, Zell here. Welcome back to more Fate to Grandora. Now, we have 3 days left until the EP cost is gone, which I'm assuming then means that that's when my chance to get the 10 Saint Quartz is gone. We have either 3 episodes. I'm assuming if Tumultuous Land takes up one entire episode. Hell, for all I know, 20 could be its own episode, 21 could also be, and same with 22, along with if there's an epilogue. All I know is that this is going to be the hardest push yet. So, let's go! No battles. Free Saint Quartz, I'll take it. Section 20, The Tumultuous Land. Also got some betrayals up in here because of Kadok. We'll soon be in the vicinity of the capital. This should be the closest we can get without the Oprishnika detecting us. Beowulf Billy, once we break the border, I would like you two to find bikeones for everyone to ride. It is imperative that you do so before daybreak. I'll have our master take a quick nap in the meantime. Miss Musashi, you and I will keep an eye on things here. Alright, see y'all later. Give my regards, sleeping beer, master. So, I'm on bike on duty too, huh? Yeah, alright, whatever. Ah, don't worry. This'll be easy. Okay, we'll be back soon. Alright, be careful everyone. Man, I can't believe the final battle's drawing near. It's so cold. I can feel my breath actually freeze. Yeah, I'd be dead in no time if I weren't a servant. Man, it's beyond freezing out here, isn't it? Musashi, aren't you supposed to be on standby in the command room with Holmes? Oh, that. I slipped out when no one was looking. There's nothing for me to do in there anyway. Besides, I wanted to talk to you. Mind if I sit next to you? Oh, no. That's fine with me. And this is where she starts working on Mosh's mind. You've been to America and other countries in the Northern Hemisphere, a number of places in the Southern Hemisphere and the tropics. Amazing. Oh, but exactly where in the tropics? Guam, Indonesia. Huh? Nope, it was actually Hawaii. It was a real lucky break for me that they speak Japanese there. They even had an udon restaurant, Maru's something or other. Anyway, Hawaii was the best. I didn't get along too well with their goddess Pele at first, but we were good friends by the end. Wow, you're such a seasoned traveler, Musashi. It's like you could race shift anywhere and fit right in. You think? I mean, I'm always getting into some sort of trouble. Like when I have to dine and dash. But you seem to enjoy that kind of commotion, and always finding a way to overcome it. I really admire that. Me, I could never hope to do that. I used to look forward to visiting all sorts of places outside of Chaldea. But now the idea just fills me with dread. I thought I understood that reading about things and actually experiencing them were completely different. And yet I used to be able to fight, but now my shield feels unbelievably heavy. I'm finding myself scared of the people in this last belt, and how they live their lives. I see. So that's why you haven't been able to go out on the front lines. You know, Sally used to brag about you all the time. I remember once she told me, Mosh is the best shielder in the world. There's no other girl in the world I trust as much as her. And that's made meeting you kind of strange. I thought what happened to the strong girl Sal always told me about, but now it all makes sense. I'm so sorry. I know I'm not the only one relegated to providing real support. I hate knowing I could be out there fighting as a servant. If only I could get out from under this fear holding me back. So it's fear that's keeping you from fighting, huh? In that case, isn't it out of your hands? I mean, who in their right mind wouldn't be scared to risk their life in battle? That's not really something you should feel bad about, you know. Huh, you mean you're scared too, Musashi? Even after seeing so many worlds and surviving so many incredible, impossible things. Ouch, I didn't realize you thought of me as some kind of unfeeling gorilla woman. Jeez. I mean, sure, I love fighting in duels, but I've never not been scared to risk my life. Hell, when you get right down to it, the only reason I fight at all is because it's all I know how to do. If there was something else I was good at, or something else I wanted to do, I'd give up the whole dueling thing in a heartbeat. I mean, the fact that I'm still drifting around aimlessly just goes to show I'm no more than a scoundrel who could never find another way to live, but never mind that. For you it's different. You used to be able to do this, now you can't. Before you were able to give it everything you had, but now it feels like you just don't have anything left to give. And that right there says it all. You guys have never had to fight a battle where the world wasn't rooting for you. And you've never been in a fight where your opponent loathed you, bystanders despised you. Even though you were doing what may have been the right thing, or if you were fighting to save countless lives from something terrible. When you get down to it, these sort of battles, they're all about making your problems someone else's. And that's always gonna make your opponents unhappy, no matter how it shakes it. And now you're here in this world of polar extremes, and you've never experienced that. I'd be more surprised if you weren't having a hard time of it. Then what should I do? Do I just need to shut my emotions off like some kind of machine? Is that how you've overcome all the obstacles you faced, Musashi? Not really. I don't care what my opponent's problems are. I just tell myself that everyone's got their own stuff to deal with, and that's that. So then, if I end up cutting them down easily, that proves I was right and their battle's over. And if I can't do that and they end up defeating me, it proves I was wrong, and that's that for my battle. That's just sort of good-for-nothing swordsmaster I am. So I guess what I'm saying is that I am really not gonna be much help to you, Mosh. I see, so I'm the only one who can solve my problems. Still, I can't help but think. Are we really doing the right thing for this world's history, and the yoga who live in it? Doing the right thing, Well, whether you are or not, you're just gonna have to get past it. If it gets down to a life or death choice, you'll find the answers pretty clear, pretty quick. That's when people start showing you who they really are. Still, your worries are important, just as valid as anyone else's, and you shouldn't be afraid to have them, that I can say for sure. But really, all this time I thought I was just wasting opportunities. Thinking about things is never a waste. If you actually did shut off your mind, it'd weaken you more than anything else you could do. Sure, there might be times when it seems like, physically, you've got nothing left, and you can't save anyone on your own. But there's nothing more exhausting than a constant feeling that you should be doing something when you can't. I mean, sure, some people end up so overwhelmed by guilt or indecision that they end up becoming a burden, but that's not you. You're the kind of person who turns all that fighting into your own strength when it's all said and done, so please don't feel like you're doing something wrong by worrying about this stuff by now. Worrying is just what you need to be doing. Worrying is just what you need to be doing. Trust me, people like you are some of the scariest opponents you can face. Musashi! Anyway, this isn't the sort of problem you can solve in a day, and in the meantime you got me. And when we face Yvonne the Terrible, I plan on repaying for all the help I got in Shimosa and then some. You don't need to repay that. And that was possibly the fastest story-only section I think I've seen. Yes, it's been almost 10 minutes, but that was still shorter than most. So we're fighting Berserker and an Assassin. Okay, so Caster, I don't know why you keep on trying to give me the best possible idea for a class. You know what, Pent? Oh dang, wait, you're actually almost up in Bond, alright. And since, yeah. If you guys notice anything different, then good job. You really pay attention to, what's different here. But I haven't actually, edited that yet, so yeah. I'll probably be editing that after I finish editing and uploading this episode. Then you can see what I mean by that. Caldea had assumed a group of mages chosen for their aptitude for race shifting. Of these mages, Team A was head and shoulders above the rest. Kishtaria Wodim, prodigy said to be the true successor to the Anemosphere legacy. Ophelia Famosalone, the modern-day Valkyrie. Scandinavia Peperoncino, a man was as Scandinavia Peperoncino, a man as shrouded in mystery as he is cheerful and well-liked. Burial Good, a mage who seemed more like he belonged in a gang. Akuta Hinako, the taciturn, one of those, misanthropic engineer who somehow got along with everyone. David Semvoid, a man who seemed like a whole in reality himself. And Maj Kiriraito, the sole success of the demi-servant experiments. I guess that makes me the 8th. Karok Sim Lupus. I know how little I'm capable of better than anyone else. My magecraft is mediocre. My family history is practically non-existent. Our bloodline only goes back about 200 years. Nothing worth being proud of. But I was still chosen to be a master, not for my lineage or my spell work, but for the power I was born with. I already felt like I'd wasted my life, so hearing they needed my help was the greatest joy I could imagine. After I came to Caldea and joined Team A, I think my pride and my inferiority complex positively exploded. Every single member was an absolutely top-notch talent. Maj Kirito was a test tube baby born and raised in Caldea. She was more like another piece of equipment than a person. At best, she was on par with a homunculus. She may have had the same rights as any human, but nobody had any expectations as far as personality or achievements went where she was concerned. A real mage like Wodim must have thought just having her around was good enough. I agreed, of course. Neither me nor David nor Akuta interacted with her more than was strictly necessary. Although I did think Pepe and Ophelia used to invite her to eat with them, saying she was one of the girls. It bewildered her more than anything. Even so, Team A needed her. The other members all had an abundance of strengths besides their ability to raise shift. But not me. There was only one thing I had. All I could do was cling to the lucky coincidence that I just happened to be able to command high-quality servants. Oh, come on. That's no coincidence. Being good at other things doesn't necessarily mean you're the right person to restore humanity, you know. That's just true, even if you're bad at other things. This is how it's supposed to be. Think about it, destiny is practically smashed in your door here. Oh, what an image. So the only thing you, my friend, need to worry about is how you make that destiny yours. Once you do that, Karak, you'll be well on your way. Me? Oh, don't you worry about me one bit. Destiny, I've always been on the outs. But you're just getting started. Think about it, the first line of protection for humanity itself. Who wouldn't dream about that? It's as close as any of us could get to being a real-life superhero, right? Then Pepe clapped at me on the shoulder, as if to tell me to shape up and stop feeling sorry for myself. Usually I don't like people invading my personal space, but for some reason I could never seem to get angry at him about it. He was right. I had to own this destiny, to swallow all the humiliation and bitter regrets I'd had leading up to this point. The most notable characteristics of casters? Well, that's hard for me to say, being the unparalleled genius among geniuses that I am. But if I had to name something, I'd say casters just as difficult to command as berserkers, but in a different sense, really. Just, let's say that casters are harder to control like berserkers because they are smarter than you? That they could take advantage of you because of how smart they are? Meanwhile, berserkers could just as easily go out of control? Something like that. I mean, I'm one of the good ones, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Wait, did he summon freaking, Da Vinci? The two mages are so caught up in their own thoughts and craft that they don't even see people as people anymore. Or did the, previous director summon her? I don't remember. So don't even think about asking one to teach you their secrets. Your senses of what magecraft is would be so different they might as well be from another dimension. Yeah, that figures. But even so, I'll still go with the caster. Ideally, after they've learned to supply themselves with magical energy first. I stepped into the coffin, doing my best to deal with the feeling of my own mind becoming undone. Soon my journey to restore humanity will begin, in the little Japanese town of Ryuki. I asked Akuta about it, but all she had to say was that it was nothing special. Maybe so, but there's still got to be something going on there. I can't let my guard down. Now is the time to show everyone what I can do, to prove that I was chosen for a reason. Ah, so much for that. It was all meaningless. My life was stolen from me before I ever had a chance to prove how useful I could be. I didn't even get to take the first step. Yep. Still, at least now it would be over. No more of this inferiority complex shit that tormented me all my life. Or at least this is what I thought. Wait, were they watching me do this the entire time? Were they stuck in a limbo inside of the coffin while watching me do all of these singularities? Ah, man, this was all good times. They said she saved humanity. A single, completely ordinary girl, the very bottom of the barrel, recruited because we just needed to fill a quota, who just happened to be the only one to survive the explosion. She got to take the stage that was meant to be ours, and accomplish something so great that no one could ever deny her worth. Normally, I could just ignore that. I could just tell myself not to compare myself to anyone else and just let it go normally. But when I heard that, I was overwhelmed by the strongest jealousy I'd ever felt in my life. It's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair, it's just not fair. That could have been me. I could have done everything she did. I could have done it better. Are you sure about that, punk? Circumstantial change confirmed. I have a proposal for you chosen ones, an offer for those of you who were cast aside. I heard a voice that wasn't my own, a voice so calm, so dispassionate, in such stark contrast to the gravity of what it had to say. If you desire acclamation, then choose rebirth. If you desire indolence, then choose eternal sleep. It makes no difference to God. What kind of choice is that? Any living being would value their survival above anything else. The other 6 all made the same choice, so then each of us was given territory and a heroic spirit. I have descended upon this world from another. The Tree of Emptiness will reset this world. From there, it will create new mythology. Crush proper human history. Construct new gods with your own hands. Create laws that are capable of accepting me. My territory, my lost belt, was the 21st century Russia, where Ivan the Terrible still rules supreme. The cast I summoned was Anastasia Nikolaevna Romanova, the tragic descendant of the Romanov dynasty and the last to bear its legacy. But things here can't stay like this. The way of life here is completely at odds with the rest of the world. The Yaga life cycle is slowly, but surely speeding up. And that broken excuse for Asara is planning on invading the other lost belts without letting the Tree of Emptiness take root. That can't ever happen, so I'm going to have to take him out. I'm going to put an end to his centuries-long reign and save Russia from his tyranny. Not for the Yaga's sake, but for hers. Yeah, for Anastasia's. I don't mind either way. Well, no, I suppose that's not true. I hate them. I hate those innocent humans who killed me. Nonetheless, I am human. I am a Romanov. I am not Ivan the Terrible. So even though I shall always carry this hatred, never again lower my guard for as long as I live, I will unite this Russia and see that it enjoys peace that is both the Romanovs' wish and our solemn duty.
When she said that, she looked every bit the empress she aspired to be. Fine with me. If that's what she wants, I'll do everything I can to make it happen. I'll use anything I can to get my hands on and trample anything that stands in my way. I'll even figure out a way to do something about Ivan the Terrible, who lives up to his name in every way. If he finds out what I'm up to, he'll have me brutally tortured and see me die for the second time in my life. But I don't mind dying again. At least it won't be as miserable as my first death. Alright, Karak, it's time to make a stand. It's time to grit your teeth and face your fears. Remember, everything you're doing is for this world.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you let me live. I imagine Karak wants to keep as many servants around as possible. He has his own ambitions, and his own mountains to climb. The more pawns at his disposal, the better. I remember something now. Back when you fiddled with my memories, you told me you let me see Amadeus. I said that, did I? At the time, I thought that meant Amadeus was on proper human history's side, but he wasn't. He was nowhere to be found among their ranks. They hadn't even seen or heard from him. He's not here in the Alga Moscow, nor is he with the rebels. Is it that he was never summoned here to Russia in the first place? No, that's not right. He was here at one point, I'm sure of it. In which case... I see you've eliminated all logical possibilities then. Very well. I suppose that must mean the time is indeed right. Yes, we were keeping the great prodigy here. We even took you to his room once. You what? You were, in fact, the one who wished for this. To be honest, I'm reluctant to open old wounds like this, but if this is what you want, I'm honor-bound as a man of God to comply. Salieri, the man in grey, who willingly cast aside his own sanity. Allow me to unlock the memories you overwrote of your own accord. Come, the time for the Requiem is upon us.
Right, this thing here'll be where I get off.
Got it. Go out there and give him hell.
I'll damn well try. Well, Master gets his adios. Good looking down on the table. I'll meet y'all later. Of course, that's assuming I come out of this alive. Pinky promise, I'll hold you to that. Oh, don't you worry, I swear on my mama's grave. Of course, I gotta admit that since I've been summoned here, I can't remember for the life of me what my mama looked like. But I do remember that I had one. This ain't me saying thanks for that or nothing, but playing distraction the least I can do for you now.
Well, this is it. The moment of truth. We've got no idea what we're in for. But if we're gonna do this, it's now or never. No prep, no practice. Gotta say, you don't seem too phased.
I'm just trying not to let it show. Now with all you guys here with me.
Well, now this is kind of embarrassing, huh, Lady Musashi?
Can't let her down now, can we?
I know that. Come on, let's do this thing.
Hell yeah!
It's almost time. Anything you want to say?
No.
You look troubled, having second thoughts, feeling caught between a rock and a hard place.
Hey, the berserker we're fighting is Atalanta. Oh god. In doing this, I'm betraying the future.
No, you're not. We're the ones who have been betrayed. I just want to show her that her actions have consequences. And if she has any conscience, I want her to make amends. Deep down, you know we're in the right.
So you want me to bear this shame?
You can call it shame if you want. Me, I think you should be proud.
Right. Can we really be sure she'll come? She must know she's at a great disadvantage. She will come, I am sure of that. Her actions to date speak for themselves.
If we're going to do this, I want to turn the tables on everything all at once. Right, Avacabron? Oh yes, I suppose this must be quite the thrilling story of a much wronged underdog emerging triumphant, at least as far as you're concerned. You're wrong about that. There's nothing thrilling about this for me. This is simply a demonstration. I'm going to prove once and for all that I can do everything she can and more.
No, you can't.
I see. Well then, this is goodbye. It's time I met back up at Cell after all.
Cowardly, sensitive, bold, cunning. I must say, my master is certainly anything but dull.
I'm only third-rate at best. I can't leave any stone unturned.
Well, if it's any consolation, I don't dislike that self-deprecating side of yours.
I'm not being self-deprecating. I'm just being honest.
If Corin's Gaia were still here, I would have had her keep an eye on all that key points. But looks like that little minx isn't here in Russia anymore. I suppose she decided early on that we weren't worth her time.
Fine with me. I'm used to being written off. I'll go ahead and announce that the execution is about to begin. That way we'll know exactly where they'll show up. What was that?
I have a report to make. Then you can make it to me. Speak for the Tsar. You must not trouble him, no matter what the circumstances may be.
Yes, Your Imperial Highness.
A servant has appeared in southwest Yaga Moscow. He is attacking every Otspishniki in sight. Master?
You said a servant, so there's only one of them.
Yes, sir.
Then it's just a diversion. Ignore him.
We can't do that. We Otspishniki are sworn to kill any who defy the Tsar. That is the sole reason for our existence.
Alright, I get it. Then just make sure you deal with this quickly. Do not wake the Tsar up, no matter what.
Yes, sir.
That could have gone a lot better.
You truly are a glass half empty type, aren't you?
Well, the Otspishniki here are damn near invincible. They should be able to handle a single servant. If they use their emergency prerogative, it won't be too long before they send his head rolling.
Gotta reload. Damn it, how many does that make now? I'm lost count. 100, 200, maybe it was closer to 300. Man, damn good thing I'm a servant. If it weren't for the whole limitless ammo thing I got going on, I'd be down to using my fists and harsh language at this point. But talking of limitless things, it looks like there's no end to these Otspishniki either. I ain't half bad at guerrilla warfare, but this is a tall goddamn order. Hey y'all, I don't suppose you'd mind giving up a skedaddling anytime soon, would ya? Let's see, I've got 2 at my 1 o'clock, 3 at my 7, another 1 at my 4. Alright, Billy, just take a deep breath, whistle a little tune, and make sure your gun hands steady. Hey, I almost forgot there's something else I wanted to ask y'all. Damn it, missed one. Ow, you little. Pitting like a damn dog here. I get the feeling I must have done this sort of thing plenty back in the Wild West while being scarce as it was. Damn, that's smarts than what I was thinking going on like this alone. I'm an idiot, plain and simple still. I'm the only outlaw around these here parts. If the odds weren't against me, I wouldn't be me. That said, this ain't no picnic. Don't know that I can take 'em on alone anymore. Wonder if all that nonsense Da Vinci was going on about could really help. It might. Do you mind if I tinker with your gun? Huh? Where'd that come from? See, I'm a genius without peering history, but I still can't do anything with the weapons that were forged by God's legendary smiths. After all, weapons like that, their origin mystics from a time long before my own. Of course, that doesn't stop some cheeky heroic spirits from modifying other weapons, but that's a topic for another day. At any rate, your Thunderer came off an assembly line so I can work my magic as it were on it for you. And as luck would have it, that particular model's a rare find. Mass production may have succeeded at standardizing the quality of most goods, but every now and then an exception still manages to sneak through. As luck would have it, that weapon of yours just so happens to be one of the finest specimens anyone could hope for. But without help from a genius like myself, that's all it'll ever be. Gotta say, I'm mighty fond of the weight and balance of my gun as it is. No, you only think you are. Let me have a look at it. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. By the time I'm through with it, you'll be able to shoot through anything and everything. Those magical bullets really do wonders. The only catch is, you'll never need to be ready to handle this modified gun's kickback. You ready to raise your spirit origin rank another rank? There's only one way to activate it. Concentrate over become and keep on moving. Look to the limits, beyond the limits, head for the lightning that lies beyond. Set your sights on the horizon and keep running, mount your horse and head straight for glory and destruction. Alright. Let's settle this up pretty sneaky. Nice. Turned out a mite bigger than I thought, but the grip still feels good as ever. Heavier now though, but I suppose the improved balance offsets that real nice. And top it off, it's got 3 times truck power. Now that's what I'm talking about. Alright then, oh, pretty sneaky. Y'all better not be coming around here thinking I'm the same old Billy the Kid he been kicking around all this time. I ain't. You know, show me what you got, you yellow-bellied shits. I'll gun you down by the thousands if I gotta. Confirming Master Cell's coordinates. Confirming infiltration to Yaga Moscow. You're coming in loud and clear on our end. Beowulf, do take good care of Master. Holmes, where's Marsh? Oh yes, that girl is off getting treated to Vinci's ITU so she can transform into a servant. Given how close we are to enemy territory, there's no telling when they might try to attack the border. So I suggest that she go and prepare for battle, just in case even if she can't fight on the front line, she can at least stand in front of me and hold a shield. What the? Gordolf! Why are you looking at me like that? You know, this is a perfectly reasonable plan. No, it's not. You're just being a coward. Pardon me, Gordolf. I suggest you keep an eye on the mountains to the north of Yaga Moscow. Sal, Gordolf is right. Miss Kiriraito is receiving a tune-up of sorts from Miss Da Vinci as we speak. Miss Kiriraito was most insistent upon it. She said she was wished to fight as a servant in the event that circumstances called for it. You mean you knew and you let this happen? Please don't glare at me like that. This happened after you left for Yaga Moscow. If all goes well, there should be no issue whatsoever. So please, focus your efforts on rescuing Miss Atalanta. We're not gonna be rescuing her, we're gonna be fighting her. Personally, even if she is able to transform again, I still have no plans to include her in our combat ranks. Nor do I have any intention of sending a servant out to the front lines when her output has dropped so dramatically. I will only send one there if I am certain they are capable of seeing their mission through. Even if that means stopping her from rushing to your aid while you are in a dire predicament. If you understand, then do please focus on Tatsatan, Miss Cell. I'm not going to add to her burden. Very good. And let us consider the current situation. It seems we still have some time before Miss Atalanta is scheduled to be executed. Billy and Beowulf's fighters have begun their diversion. There are fewer outpersneaky here in the capital than we had foreseen, though there are still quite a lot. Now, is there anything in particular that stands out to you? It's not as much snow around here, it's actually a little warm here. They say that the Tsar's power keeps the blizzard from raging too hard in the capital. There's some truth to that. This part of Russia is a lot nicer to live in. I don't see many onlookers. Maybe they're all afraid of those Pishniki. Once those Pishniki begin fighting, I imagine any crowds that have gathered to watch won't stick around for very long. The problem is, well, the most urgent problem, I should say, is the enemy servants. Of them, we must be especially wary of one particular. No, not the priest, nor Koinskaya, nor Anastasia, nor Ivana Terrible. It is in fact a Minotaur. His position will determine our opening gambit. Now then. Well, that berserker could be, Asterios. I saw the Corn Mage not too long ago. This may be rude of me, but old-fashioned humans really do have such interesting faces. Let it be known that the leader of the rebel army is to be executed by beheading.
Unfortunately, as we don't have a guillotine here, we will be doing something special for this execution. Oh. Okay then. He's gonna be the executor, huh? Executioner. Farewell, Atalanta, leader of the rebel army. Well, this is fortunate. It would seem luck is on our side. How? Our first most pressing order of business is to rescue her. To do that, it is imperative we not get separated. What therefore should our next course of action be? Right, all we need to do is get close. Asterios may have some measures of intellect, but from my own observations, the Minotaur does not. Which means that a plan which would never work on the former should succeed on the latter. This makes him the perfect target. Are you ready, Cell? I think so. That's it. Good luck, Cell. Alright, let's charge in head on.
Sounds good to me. Musashi, heading out. So, you're just going to barrel in there, with no plan at all. That's insane. Damn it.
Maybe you should think about getting out of here.
I will, once I get a little closer.
See, I knew they'd show up. I wouldn't last 2 seconds if I got caught up in a servant battle, so I'm gonna get out of here. Atalanta, it's time for you to make a choice. I don't care which one you go with myself, but if you want to save the Yaga here, you know what to do.
Stay back, Master of Chaldea. Alright, Patsy, I think it's time you skedaddle. You just find somewhere to hide and sit back and enjoy the show. You don't have to tell me. I'll go find a hiding place right now.
So, you're here. This time I'll eat you for sure. Huh, is that so? If you think you can handle me, then just take your best shots. But I should warn you, not even a dragon was able to choke me down. That a one of two, huh? Alrighty then. This'll be quite an interesting freaking battle. Hopefully we can actually beat Asterios, or as he's currently called Minotaur. The main problem, however, is going to be is after we do this, we are most definitely probably going to be fighting Atalanta. Because I guess she just wants to fight us and confirm for her own self one more time if she should be siding with us or Kadok to save the Yaga or save proper human history. At which point, it's kind of gonna be a bit of a pain. I don't really want to fight her, but at the same time, she's probably not gonna give us any choice.
怖いか怖いよな食われるもんな
For the record, who the heck would be scared of you? Oh hey, would you look at this though? I bought Pentheus, but I completely forgot about her buster damage increase. So let's go, Okita Orita. Do this for 10. Heal her up a little bit.
Second, Mercure Sandan.
Go, get it, Okita Orita.
なんだったかな。くらえ。なんかすごいね。
Something awesome beam. That's so ridiculous. Noble Phantasm when she forgets what it's called. Pants, no! I should have freaking brought your Noble Phantasm out right away. Damn it. That. Yeah, next fits.
うまそうだ死ね
Yeah. Increase your defense. Whatever, man. What the heck ever. Let's start gathering. Do this.
こういうのどうだ空気
Come on, Minotaur. Do we just have to break you one bar, or no?
空気を乱す力は
I'll definitely take the pit stars, though.
これでも勝ちは
Yep, battle
勝ちだよな
finished. Oh boy. Does that mean we have to fight both of them at the same time? Oh god. You look good enough to eat. I'm picking up a spike in magical energy. He's about to use his noble phantasm. And now do it. Atalanta. I told you to stay back. Chaos Labyrinth. Huh? What in the world are you? Alright, so far so good. Now's our chance. Hang on, don't move a muscle. So you cut through my shackles, impressive. I'm just glad it worked. My fingertips are feeling a little numb in this freezing cold. Now I see. So you all allowed the Minotaur to use his noble phantasm on purpose in order to rescue us. Yup, they said kicking the enemy's asses could wait until we rendezvoused with you. Is this everyone? No, there's only a few of us. There are still children on the outside. Get a hold of yourself. Rushing in head first will solve nothing. The first thing we need to do is take down the Minotaur. The rest of you will remain on standby until then. Make sure Cell stays safe. Yes, boss. Uh-huh. Yeah, make sure I stay safe. Yeah, I don't really know anymore. Alright, now comes the hard part. We gotta actually. There you are. Anyone who's not a servant, get back. This guy is no joke. Once you start fighting him, we won't be able to worry about you too. Hey, you should be worrying about the Yaga and Atalanta behind us. Damn it. I knew that. Damn it, I knew it. He's even stronger than before. This labyrinth gives him a serious home field advantage. Still, if you were hoping that it'd surprise us, Demon of the Labyrinth, you've got another thing coming. Let's find out once and for all if you're a worthier foe than Grendel.
逃げることは許さん
Alright. The defense is up.
他にやることないの
Do this, this, and then this. Let's hopefully deal with the enemies right now. No, I should have used Pentacelia's Noble Phantasm as a basic ability. Why the heck are they taking such a big hit in freaking damage? That I do not know. The answer as to why they're taking so much. Alright, Penta now has her Noble Phantasm basically.
怖いか怖いよな食われるもんな
Yeah. You can just shut up about that whole you're gonna eat us thing. Because we still have defenses now. Outrage Amazon. Go Pens! Let's see how much damage you do with these buffs now. There goes his first break bar, Jesus! NP4 Pens with these buffs is freaking insane!
Look at that, we got rid of his break bar, and now he's got damage down thanks to Pent's ability. So do this. And this. And this. Second, Mercure Sundone. Full Buster Brave Chain. Am I getting lucky? Or am I getting lucky? I think I'm getting lucky. Well, except for the defense buff that he gave himself, there still is gonna do a decent amount. Hell yeah, especially with the crits. Oh, I'm loving this right now. 60, 70, 89. God dang it. That's not gonna give her much. But she still has damage up. Go Gadget Penth! Thanks to Buster down on him, you'll do even more. Damn! Bye, Waver. Penth survived. She survived. You know what, Penth? This is your battle. You took out his break bar in the first try, and you took out the rest of his health. Goodbye, Minotaur Asterios. GG. Oh, Atalanta, we fighting you now? Try this on for size. Ugh. Not yet. Not yet. Haven't eaten anything yet. Aye. Asterios. Hey, there we go. Come on. Remember. What? What was that? Memory. What is this? What is this? What is this? Nobody ever looked at me like that. I wish I'd been that me. Bye, Asterios. I see you defeated him. Apologies for my tardiness. Who goes there? Avacabron. Avacabron, you're cell servant, right? What are you doing here? I suppose you might say I've been caught up in a whirlwind of all this, or perhaps that I jumped in of my own accord. To be honest, the circumstances are far from ideal, but if we don't do exactly what he says, they are only going to get worse. I am Beowulf, Avacabron, what are you saying? You sound like you've gone over to the enemy's side. Pretty much. Perhaps I have, it's complicated. Nonetheless, I'm afraid I can't explain right now. We simply do not have time. With the Minotaur gone, there is no one left to claim ownership of the labyrinth. Now that the magical energy required to maintain this miraculous relic from the Age of God is gone, we should soon be able to escape. However, if we act now, we can use the labyrinth for our own means. What are you talking about? You want to turn it into a golem? I do. It is a relic from the Age of Gods, and so would make the perfect body for a golem. The only question to be answered is, what do we do about its core? Core? I know what that is. It's a thing that powers the golem and makes it function, isn't it? That's right. I've been worrying about what to use for my next golem's core for quite some time. The ones I have been using in combat so far are mere replicas designed for the briefest of use. These replicas require a vast amount of magical energy, but that's all they require. Unfortunately, they alone won't be able to defeat Ivan the Terrible. I got a glimpse of him before the rest of you. Kadox and Lupus showed him to me. That thing is utterly inhuman. He is a pommel being, the kind that must have existed on this planet long before humans ever did. It would be impossible to slay a monster like that with such impertinent forces. So then, what can we do? How should we fight such a fearsome opponent? If we cannot find an equally powerful entity for the core, then...
Yes, I would admit that I have long dreamed of recreating the primordial man. And you're saying that you would aid me in that goal in exchange for my assistance. Exactly. As luck would have it, we have an amazing asset on our side. I'm sure we will have an opportunity to use it sometime very soon. Because you see... I see, that does make sense. It will all come down to the timing. Does that mean you're on board? I certainly am. Now, especially now that I finally understand your goal. If you can provide me with materials like that, then the only other thing we will require is a core. Core. Well, you know what? I'll take care of that. My only choice, you see, is to become the core myself. What?
Wait, what?
I have a confession to make. Among the lives I've taken, one was a child.
Dang. Gonna end us like that? Saying that you took the life of a child? Jesus. Now see, here's the thing. We're at 54 minutes. I think this might actually be 3 parts. Yeah. I'm not gonna push it. But do I want to leave it on the cliffhanger of what the heck he just said? No, not really. But yeah, I'm gonna call it. And with that, I'm going to end this episode here. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, where apparently we will in fact have 3 parts, because I'm pretty sure the story here is going to take probably just as long. 22 is possibly going to have the most we need to do in it, since that's going to be when we fight the Tsar, I believe. And then... I don't know, was it 22 or 24? Because there might be more episodes than I thought. I think it's 22, right? Let's just go and check real quick. Alright. So I just checked. Chapter 22 is in fact the final one. So yeah, there's 3 episodes. Although 22 has 4 instead of 3. And I just caught a glimpse of who we're gonna be fighting next in 21. Ryder. Oh boy. Okay then. I didn't mean to see that far, but it's fine. So yeah. See you guys in the next one where the lightning star reigns. Yeah. This ought to be really freaking interesting. 2 more to go. Oh boy. Till then, see you guys later.